Good evening. This is Dr. Garrett, and I trust and know you are having a wonderful evening. I have exciting news. Today, I went over my 100th subscriber. I have at this present time 115 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and I just want to thank everyone for your support, your encouragement, and also the comments you have written on the various videos. It's my hope these videos will give you insight to pause and to reflect on your relational functioning with yourself, to enhance your relational and functioning with your family, with the purpose of striving for greater heights. So tonight, I want to talk about the topic conquering your past. Conquering your past. Many times I do a genogram or a family tree study, a family map study to find out what type of triggers or circumstances or challenging issues permeates from one generation to the other. And I find that there are many issues that are in the family tree or family map unawares. Sometimes the couple may be aware or the person may be aware. Many times they aren't aware. These issues can become um, situations of expansion and growth when you take the negative emotion out of the equation and you help the client gain insight how they can utilize this issue for growth and expansion. The key to life is to eliminate any forms of dysfunctioning or triggers that's preventing the individual from gaining access to all areas of their life in order to function at a higher level. So the key in life is to move from stagnation in the four areas of life: physical, psychological, social, and spiritual, so you can be heightened in these four areas with the goal of improving your decision making activities. A lot of time, clients may find out they are unequally yoked with the person who they are in a relationship with. It's so important to seek to be highly morally functioning in these four areas of life so you can cleave with someone who is like-minded. It's important for couples to have a satisfying, enlightening circle of life for yourself, for your coupled relationship, and also your family. So there are issues in the past that can be troubling in the present. Issues found in the family of life, issues found in the past relational functioning, and a lot of times individuals or couples have not given themselves an opportunity to grieve from past circumstances. So tonight, I just want to spend a few moments discussing the topic conquering your past. And I will be reading from Psalms 40, verses 1 to 5, and pointing out key words as we dissect these five texts. I'm reading from the King James Version, and verse 1 says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. So this is telling us that we have to learn to work, to wait patiently. You're looking at the at a person who has struggled many, many times with being impatient. What I have learned to do is to name it impatient, externalize it, and replace it with patience. Now I add and look for strength to, to be patient in every circumstance I face with is opportunities of learning to be patient, right? I believe in a higher power. I believe we was all born in the image of God. This is found in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. I believe, let me make sure I am right. If I'm going to cite something, I want to give you the right text. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Yes, it says that it said, the Bible says, and God said, let us, he's talking to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth. Humanity was made to have dominion over life issues. And this is prevalent to the name of this title, Conquering My Past. We are able to conquer our past when we realize we was made to have dominion over life issues. All right. So let's get back to this reading, right? So he heard our cry, which basically means that when we are going through an issue, that he hears our concerns. It's important for us to slow ourselves down, find a quiet place where you can just commune with God. I believe when we are still, Jesus is moving. And when we are moving, he is still. He is encouraging us, he is supporting us, and he's given us strength as our prime motivator to continue to march forward with endurance, with perseverance, with determination to conquer all of life issues. Reading from verse 2. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit. The pits of life are the circumstances that we face each and every day. He is closer than a brother. He is so close with us. So when you find yourself in circumstances, call upon him, right? And it says here, out of the murky clay, and he set my feet upon a rock and established my going. So he will take you out of the circumstances of life. And from that point on, we have to learn to move horizontally in the atmosphere of knowing that we will have similar circumstances moving forward, but we can claim this past situation of strength of an endurance and optimism because he is able to help us to persevere in the past to prevent us from marching forward in newness of life in the present. Verse 3, and he had put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in the Lord. So what he's telling us that no longer are we pessimistic, we're optimistic. No longer we living in the basement, we're living in the penthouse. No longer have we do we have a defeated persona. We have an optimistic and powerful and enlightening persona. No longer do we believe we have the imposter syndrome. We have a syndrome of empowerment, of enlightenment, of endurance, believing that all things are possible when we partner with sweet Jesus. The new song he put in our mouth is a song of renewing and refreshing, of comforting and appealing, of is warm and embracing, full of enthusiasm, joy, and devotion. And we share our experience with others. Along your walk, you're going to find others who are going through similar circumstances where you went through in the past. That's the opportunity of sharing your experiences. I give all my clients these various perspectives I have developed, part of my holistic spiritual recovery model, and I tell my clients to remix it, make it your own, and each and every day as you lie in your bed, think about the bed perspective. Your bed is warm, it's comforting, it's refreshing, it's renewing, and the issues of light is melt away as you sit in the comfort of your peaceful bed and you're thinking about ways of how you can move horizontally in the perspectives based on what you have learned vertically. For example, Think about the heart perspective. We learn humility. We learn how to take ownership of our circumstances, our decisions, and our emotions, and being transparent. Then we say to ourselves, how am I going to live in this heart perspective, so I can teach others by my actions, and also wait for opportunities where I can share these experiences with others to empower them to be hot, which is the opposite of cold. I believe as a therapist, our toolbox, which is our heart or our brain, need to be forever open to gain new truths so we can fortify and diversify the portfolio of our heart, ready to share this new knowledge with others. And I just love sharing this information with others. As I look at the analytics of the videos, I have put on my YouTube channel. I have 135 videos, and people as far away as New Zealand, as Canada, throughout the entire world has watched the videos. And I'm just so impressed with the knowledge I have received from God. Um, I have believed it, I have digested, I let it simmer in my mouth as I smell it and taste it, and I let it and I digest it, and I seen the difference it has made in my professional and personal endeavors. And I just find joy to share with others the information which He has empowered me. So as I read verse 4, blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. So the key to life is to trust in the Lord. Trust in Him with all aspects of yourself in order to have a marvelous present and a fabulous future. Realizing that your past is still there, but He has given you the ability to reframe your experiences in a positive light, because the negative emotions are no longer there. It's replaced with positive emotions. For example, love, joy, faith, these are the fruits of the Spirit. Patience, meekness, which is enduring injury with patience, meekness, goodness, gratefulness. These are positive emotions, which actually are the characteristics of God, which is embedded in us by aligning ourselves, realigning ourselves with Him. And the Spirit is designed to help us to live in these perspectives, which brings new life, new energy, in invigor. We are invigorated within it, and we learn how not only to live in it, but to share with others. And verse 5 says, many, O Lord my God, are thy wonderful works, which thou hast done, and thy thoughts which are to us wood. They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than they can be numbered. In other words, the blessings of the Lord um, is countless. There's so many blessings He has given us. And the truth of life, the challenge of life, is living in obedience to them. I'm here to tell you that He has given me new insight of looking in my past in a positive light. Not only do I look in my past in a positive light, but every one of the individuals who I may have conflict in the past, I look at those issues in a positive light, because we was all born in His image, and we all have the capacity of making right choices. One of the keys of life is making right choices, no longer living in darkness, but living in the light, right? But there are not everyone is going to see the issue the way you see it, right? But the key is, when you find the conversation is not healthy, you have to take ownership and say, I don't want to cause any more harm or hurt with you. Let's end this conversation and let's revisit it at a later time. Take ownership of not causing any further conflict for yourself or the next person. And this is the greatest form of leadership, when you can lead by example and walk and think in truth. All right. So the title of this discourse this evening is called Conquering My Past. You can conquer your past when you know you whose image you was born in. You was born in his image. You have the capacity of thinking higher, walking taller. He has given us the strength to be patient, to trust in him. Remember, he was in that fiery pit with you, and he has shown you the way out. And once you get out, he tells you, now what are you going to render to Jesus for his good benefits towards you? And that basically means you learn to walk in these new perspectives I'm giving you: the hot perspective, the bed perspective, the tower perspective, the love perspective, the 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 cruise ship perspective, learning to be a person like that, learning to make a change today, living and loving. Remember, um, living in victory every day so you can live out victory every day. Learning to be a person like that, making a change to not one day, to day one, slowing yourself down, um, the slowing yourself down perspective, the car perspective. There's so many different perspectives. The five C's, the six, the six P's, the three E's. All right, the ladder perspective. So many different perspectives that encompasses the holistic spiritual recovery model, which I will be talking about in the later videos, all designed to slow ourselves down, to realize that we have the power to be solution focused, not only to edify self, to edify others, and to give God the glory, the honor, and the praise. What makes me different from all my peers is that I take the basic instructions before leaving earth, which is the Bible, and I utilize that and I to add on to whatever theory I have learned, because every theory has a spiritual um aspects to it. And the greatest counselor who ever walked the earth is Jesus. And if I partner with him, based on Matthew chapter 28, verse 18 to 20, he says that all power is given to him on earth and in heaven, and he gives this power to his disciples to teach, preach, and heal every person who we come in contact with, and to teach them what he has taught me. Everything I have taught you what's been taught to me, and I get new knowledge based on my willingness to share the knowledge I have. Once again, my name is Dr. Garrett, and I want to lift you on up, give you a standing ovation based on watching these videos, taking notes, remix it, study it, see if there's any truth in it, share it with your loved ones, make it your own, and add on to it. Learn to live in it, because the key to life from this point on is to say to yourself, I need to have healthy relationships with myself, with my spouse, in order for my children to have a sustainable future. We need to be consistent in our relationships, no longer grasshoppers, no longer running from the problems, but to sit down and work out the problem in the spirit of unselfish love. I remember the one of the perspectives I put in the video is God's three-theme prescription to solve any problem: more unselfish love, more rest, and more joy. Once again, this is Dr. Garrett. Please subscribe to my channel. My goal is to get as many subscribers as possible, so I can take this message into the entire world, and also to help others to become a therapist, a relational expert of their lives, so they can empower self and empower others. Watch out for my next video, and Share your thoughts about this video. Tell me how the video has given you further insight. Share this. How does this video relate to one of my previous videos and build upon it? Always consider the takeaway from each and every video and add on to it. Have a great evening and remember to strive for perfection while settling for excellence.